Today we will discuss on verse number 21. देहेन्द्रिय गुणान् कर्माणि देहेन्द्रिय गुणान् कर्माणि अमले सच्चिदात्मनि अमले सच्चिदात्मनि अध्यस्यन्त्यविवेकेन अध्यस्यन्तविवेकेन गगने नीलतादिवत् गगने नीलतादिवत्. So together, if we chant, देहेन्द्रिय गुणान् कर्माण्यमले सच्चिदात्मनि अध्यस्यन्त्यविवेकेन गगने नीलतादिवत्. Deha means dehe, deha indriya gunan karmani, samastapadi, one word. So qualities and function of the body and senses. Amale, amal, mal means impurities, darts. Anat pratyaya yoge amal. Amala means pure. Like ahata means where there is collision. Anahata where there is no collision. Vivekinam who is having the discriminating faculty. Avivekinam who doesn't have. So if a prefix comes, generally it becomes it signifies the opposite meaning of the main thing. It doesn't mean that always it will be negative. No. Amala, pure. Sat Chit Atmani, on the self of the nature of existence, knowledge. Sat Chit Atmani, on the self of the nature of existence, knowledge. Adhyasyanti, superimpose. Avivekena means by lack of discrimination. Vivekena, vivekaha, vivekau, vivekaha. Then vivekam, vivekau, vivekaha. Vivekena, vivekavyam, vivekaihi. So tritiya, vivekena, by the discrimination. Avivekena, by lack of discrimination. Gagane, saptami, in the sky. Neelatadivat, blue color and the like. So what it is trying to tell, fools who are fools, aviveka, aviveki, because they lack in their powers of discrimination, superimpose on the self of the nature of absolute existence, knowledge, all the varied functions of the body and the senses, just as they attribute blue color and the like to the sky. So, prose order, if we see, what you will find, Amale means moodhaha or moodhaha, fool people. Amale Sachidatmani Dehendriyadi Gunan Karmani Cha Gagane Neelatadivat Avivekena Adhyasyanti. Moodhaha Amale Sachidatmani Dehendriya Gunan Karmani Cha Gagane नीलतादिवत अविवेकेन अध्यसन्ति. विचारहीन जो लोग है वो देह और इंद्रिय की जो गुण और कर्म है वो भ्रमवशत निर्मल जो सच्चिदात्मा है, सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप जो आत्मा, उसके ऊपर आरोप करता है. जैसे कि वो लोग सोचते हैं कि आसमान नीला है और कटाह तलरूपता, concavity, this is called concavity. So today class will be there. Tomorrow we will discuss some other darshana regarding this. But today we will discuss some different phenomenon in this factors. So first, in last sloka what we saw, that in the presence of the sun, everything is happening. Sun doesn't do anything else. So Purva Paksha means the opponent came and asked that Atma is Karta and Anatma is Akarta. And if you say yes, then there is duality. The answer, suppose you are in the mirror house. Just think, you are in the mirror house. There are a lot of mirrors, only mirrors. And you are in the center. So, how many reflections will be there? Infinite number of reflections will be there. But how many of you? There is only one. Likewise, one Atma, but reflection is infinity, which we, with the illusion, with ignorance, called Jiva. Another very funny example I just want to tell you. Suppose you are having one 2,000 rupee currency note. This is the highest currency in India. Or for Western country, $100 original, and 1,000 duplicate 2,000 rupees note or $100. How much money do you have? Only 2,000 rupees or only $100, isn't it? So the thing is, we superimpose originality in duplicate, and we go for purchasing anything else, and people will caught you, give it to the prison. Whoever takes the reflection or this thing is real, and with that concept that it will give me pleasure, they are caught by the police and imprisoned, means sufferings. The person who knows this is duplicate, what they will do? They will go in one shop. Shop owner will tell, no, I think this is not. Okay, you no need to give it to them, give it to me. Do you have doubt on me? And then they will go to any pawn shop or any small shop, Then they will use. But they know verily. So they have no problem in it. But who thinks that this is an original note, currency, and will go for transaction and will be caught by the police personnel, and there are a lot of hazards. How have you have got this? You know the source, like that, like that, like that, like that. Gone. So the thing is, Acharya is explaining the various forms of superimposition, adhyasa, where they don't exist or belong. We superimpose another thing on that. Atma alone has Chaitanya. Because of that, every activity happens. And Atma Chaitanya, yesterday's class we have seen, means it is not that consciousness of Atma. Atma is consciousness alone. So the thing is, now all activities, we tell sometimes there is one God or like that. Everything is Atma. With illusion, we sometimes tell that activities, what is apart from Atma? Okay, come on, put some logic. So if you see that, if you tell that activity or kriya, what does it mean? It means modification, vikar. कर्म का मतलब ही यही है. If you try to make one pot, what is it? It is the modification of clay. If you want to make the ornament of gold ornament, what is it? It is modification of gold. So any karma, any activity means modification or vikara. So, because some energy has been, so also karma means if we consider our physical activities, there is some burning out of some energy. So the thing is body, mind, intellect. If we consider it one as Atma, then Atma also will be Vikara Yukta with modification. So who is having Vikara, you should know it has Vinash also. So Atma also will be Vinashil. If it is Vikari, then it will be Vinashi. If there is modification, then there should be destructions. So if Atma is one with mind, physical body, subtle body, and etc., etc., they are with modification, then Atma also will be modification. Then they die, they get distracted, then Atma also will be with the sixfold thing. What? Asti jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati. Sixfold manifestation we saw. Then Shruti will be mithya. Anadi, Ananta. Tumi Anadi Ananta. Purusha Prashanto. Tumi Anadi Ananta. You are Anadi. You have no beginning. Ananta. You are endless. Purusha. Prashanta. You are calm. Prakrishta Rupena Shanta. Totally calm. And you are Purusha. Not you, not male body. Puri Shayanat iti Purusha. You are the only consciousness factor in this whole world. And another thing, if duality is real, so if Atma is subject to modification, then there is no absolute moksha. First one. Then, second point is if duality is real, then also there is no moksha. Because any condition, by any condition, our body, mind, intellect gets affected. Wherever we see duality, we have fear factor. Shruti says, Dvitiyad vai bhayam bhavati. Where there is duality, there is fear factor. Or if you have fear factor, you should know that you have the concept of duality. Dvitiyad vai bhayam bhavati. At night, if we hear some sounds, we think, oh my God, something is moving. You know, yesterday someone sent me a video that in Pakistan there is existence of bhoot, ghost they have seen. They started taking video in a jungle like graveyard. One very small person is, a lean person is moving, and who the photographer are chasing, and they are creating some suspense, who are he, who is he, who is he, hey, stop, what are you doing? And the person is having the dress like, so big, like there is a bamboo stick and something is moving. And he started telling, I am the ghost. And likewise saw the physical dadi and something else. Yes, in our childhood, we used to believe. We used to love to listen to that story from our grandmother. Otherwise, we could not have a spill of food. No, please tell me that ghost story. But when we study Vedanta, what we see, this is physical body. If physical body gets destroyed, if there is bhoot, yes, I acknowledge you, there is bhoot, suppose, or ghost, they should be subtle. How there will be some white clothes and like that, like that. Yes, some places are there where Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, may be there. And there should be some irritation in mind because that may be. I don't believe. But for the sake of the logic, there may be, because it's a subtle game. But I have seen ghosts with the white clothes. It's just impossible because white cloth means physical thing. Put logic. Maybe you have heard from very reliable person, maybe, but illusion can have anyone else. Who is the most knowledgeable person in this world, suppose the scientist, the highest, the greatest scientist in the world right now, are they not in the illusion that the world is real? They are considering, then they starts all innovation and everything else. So they start with the ignorance or illusion. Likewise the ghost story also. Then, but if we see mamatma sarva bhutatma, then there is no fear factor. My Atma, my consciousness, and everyone's consciousness are same, and I am the consciousness alone. Where there is fear factor. So the thing is, adhyasyanti, there one word is there, the superimpose. So in this sloka, there is no subject, this sloka. If you can understand little bit of Sanskrit, you can understand that there is no subject in this sloka. So this sloka has borrowed subject from previous sloka. Here they means aviveki, those who have no ability to discriminate. So in this transactional world, vivek or discrimination means between plurality. Okay. They thinks age, race, all those things, discrimination. So here, those who mix up, they are confused. Satchidatmani, in Satchidatma, which attributeless, there is no action, no superimposition. In pure consciousness and pure existence, there is no activities, nothing else. So, physical feature, we consider it as a real feature. If my mind is disturbed, I think the whole world is disturbed. So, and intellectually, we really understand all those little bit. That is why you have come to study Vedanta. All the problems are in the mind level. Why? Because of aviveka, because of ignorance and lack of discrimination. In Tulsi Ramayana, that superimposition is there in a nice way. Suppose in a room and you started rotating, guru, 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 guru. If you do spin yourself 25 times, then there will be head spinning. And if you sit, you will find that as if the whole world is moving. I think everyone has that experience. Adhyasa is everywhere. When the cloud is covering the sun, we think sun is covered. Yatha gagana ghana patala nihari, Tulsi Ramayana. I am only witness. All my activities are going on naturally. Means, this sort of thinking means I am shifting my attention to Atma. Sky is blue is an illusion. Now we know. See, in Shankaracharya's time, he knew that sky has no color. Just think their intellect and thinking faculty. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling that Mother Kali, we know that very dark black. Loke bole kali kalo ama munto bole na kalo kalo rupa digambari হৃদি পদ্ম করে আলোরে শ্যামা মাকে আমার কালো. As long there is distance, it appears as black. In the sky, as if you will go high and high, you will find nowhere that blue color. Even in the sea or ocean, it looks like blue ocean, blue sea. But practically, there is no color. As long as we have distance with the concept, we see various things like Gagane Neeladivat. Now, The question is, Anatma can't exist except Atma. Like the gold ornament is nothing but gold. So only gold exists. So today we will learn a new concept, wonderfully new concept. Or from tomorrow we will start the new concept. Today we will just finish up sum up something. Since they lack in their powers of right discrimination, the ignorant superimpose the qualities of the body, intellect, and the limitations of the physical and subtle body upon the pure self. Therefore, the deluded mistake the real self to be one possessing all the imperfections of the superimposed equipments. This non-discrimination, aviveka, is like the misconception which makes children believe that sky is blue although it has no color. Now, not only the blueness but also its concavity, is its murkiness, misty looks, and dusty conditions are all often considered as conditions of the sky. In fact, sky appears to be having these qualities, but the sky as such has none of them. An object is not affected by the traits superimposed upon it. And here, when we superimpose certain characteristics of the body and mind on the self-effulgent being, the truth itself is not affected by such misconceived notions and attributes. The blueness perceived is the experience of our limited vision when it looks at the endless summer sky. Hari Om Tat Sat.